Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today I am going to be taking a look at a brand new 2023 release from one of the greatest bands of all time in the jazz fusion genre and one of my all-time favorites, led by one of the most legendary and iconic musicians of all time. These guys need no introduction whatsoever. I am talking about, of course, the one and only, the Chick Corea Elektric Band, and this is their brand new, hot off the presses, double live album for Candid Records. The Future Is Now. So this marks the first time officially that the Electric Band have put out a live album. Now, obviously, as we all know, the Electric Band did put out a live album many years ago, but it was part of the double live recording called GRP Super Live in Concert with Lee Ritenour, Dave Grusin, Tom Scott, and Diane Schuur. And while they did have a whole side to themselves to play their material, it wasn't really an Electric Band live album as such. Many years later, they had that concert reissued and released on CD called Live in Tokyo 1987, but it was just a remastered version of the original concert from GRP Super Live in Concert. So there was nothing new, there was no surprises, and I talked about that album a while ago on this series. And if anyone ever asked me if you could have one wish, what would it be? My answer would always be I want to see a Chick Corea Electric Band live album. Now, obviously, we have loads of acoustic band stuff out there, which I have all of them. I love the acoustic band, but I always hoped we would get an electric band live album. So, after many years of waiting and hoping, my wish was granted. It finally came true, and lo and behold, here we have in our hands a brand new Chick Corea Electric Band live album, and it was definitely well worth the wait. So, as everyone knows, the Electric Band was formed in 1985 as a trio comprised of Chick Corea, Dave Weckl, and John Patitucci, and they would work with a number of different guitar players such as James Glazer, Carlos Rios, and Scott Henderson, who is actually credited as an official original member of the Electric Band. And then the band would be expanded to a quartet with Frank Gambale replacing Scott Henderson. And then finally, it would become a quintet with the addition of Eric Merenfell. And that would lead to the birth of what we would come to know as the classic lineup of the Chick Corea Electric Band. Now, obviously, the Electric Band have had a number of different incarnations in their history. But when you think of the classic lineup of the Electric Band, you think of these guys. So we have Chick Corea on piano and keyboards, John Patitucci on bass, Dave Weckl on drums, Eric Merenfell on saxophones, and Frank Gambale on guitar. Does not get any better than these guys. So the material that's featured on The Future Is Now is drawn from the Electric Band's long catalogue of albums. So we've got material from Beneath the Mask, Eye of the Beholder, To the Stars. We've got one track from the Electric Band's self-titled debut recording. And we've also got material from Paint the World, which I find a little bit strange because apart from Eric Merenfell, none of these guys actually played on Paint the World, which I find very strange. No material from Light Years, which is very, very strange because that's perhaps their biggest and most iconic album of all time. And no material from Inside Out, which to me is one of the band's absolute true masterpieces. So, no material from those albums. Very strange. So, anyway, a lot of the material is drawn from the tour between 2016, 2017, and 2018. So these are all highlights from those tours. And I was very lucky to catch this tour when the Electric Band played in London back in 2017, it was one of those things on my bucket list, and it was definitely well worth the wait. One of the absolute best shows I have ever seen. They played 7 songs and it lasted 3 hours. Unbelievable. The band were on fire and on top musical form, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, the highlights from the different concerts that are featured on this double album were taken from Catalina's Los Angeles in August 2016, Blue Note New York from October 2016, Blue Note Tokyo from March 2017, Sonoma, California from August 2017, and Catalina's Los Angeles, which they returned to in May 2018. So, pretty much highlights from those dates that they performed during this time. So, brilliant stuff. So, produced by Chick Corea and co-produced by Dave Weckl. So this was also released posthumously after Chick Corea's passing back in 2021. So it's really nice that we have this masterpiece as a gift from the man himself. So very, very blessed that we can now say that we have a Chick Corea Electric Band live album. And this edition is dedicated to the following amazing gentlemen: Mark David, Asville Mikel, Ismail, Carmelo Stella, George Lemay, and Eric Porter. So, special shout out to you fine gentlemen out there. So, let's have a look, shall we? So, there is the guys in action, and there is the classic lineup of the Electric Band. And there's some more cool shots of everyone in action. And there is the maestro himself, Chick Corea, surveying the action, playing away as amazing as he always does. So let's have a look. That's nice, beautiful collage here of the highlights of the tour. And there's some more here. And we got some editor's notes here from how this process for this live album was put together. Chick Corea was working on this and was perfecting this and putting the final touches to this live album before he passed away in 2021. And this is presented exactly as how Chick intended it to be. This was not meant to be a tribute because while he was working on this, as we all know, he passed away. So it's nice that this was actually finished and it sounds absolutely amazing. I wouldn't expect anything but the absolute best from a guy like Chick Corea. So this is really, really nice, as I said earlier, that we have this in our hands. So we got some notes from each member of the band, how it all started, how they all came on board. So we'll get to hear from everyone's point of view about how this thing all came together. And there's some more here about what happened and how things got started. And got a cool shot here of the band. And there's some more thoughts from everyone, how this all got back together. And we've got some words here from Chick himself about the full breakdown of each track individually. So really cool to hear that, how all of these amazing compositions were put together by Chick Corea. And there's some more here as well about the full breakdown of each song. And some nice final words from everyone in the band about how much Chick Corea meant to them, not just as musicians, but as friends and colleagues as well. So it's really, really nice to hear everyone's thoughts. And I think I speak for everyone. You know, Chick Corea meant the world, not just to musicians, but to all the fans worldwide. So it's really nice we got this. So tracks we got here are Charged Particles. Great opener with furious guitar playing from Frank Gambale. He's just absolutely on fire here. Then we've got Trance Dance, great bass work from John Patitucci, and great sax playing from Eric Marienthal. CTA, red hot. That's all I've got to say. Red hot. Whew. If there was a fire extinguisher, I hope there was one on stage because Marienthal's sax playing is just unbelievable. Then we got Jocelyn the Commander, another great track as well. We got Beneath the Mask with a great extended soprano sax solo from Marienthal. Great stuff there. Ished, dirty, grungy, fast paced. Love it. Then we got the gorgeous Alan Corday. Now it's interesting because on the original cut of Alan Corday from To the Stars, it was more done as a pure stripped down acoustic number. So Chick on piano, John on acoustic bass, Frank Gambale on acoustic guitar, and Marienthal on soprano sax, and Weckl on drums. So it was more of an acoustic outfit. But here, kind of gets a little bit of a reworking. It's still a bit more on the laid back side, but it's still played acoustically. So that's quite a nice little number. Then we got Johnny's Landing, which is down and dirty with John Patitucci's bass playing as well, and the bass lines he delivers as well. Weckl's drumming, great stuff here. And what a closer. Got a Match, which to me is the Electric Band's signature track. It's a real workout. Everyone gets full extended solos, and to me, this is a great way to close this album. Charged Particles, great way to kick off the album, and Got a Match, great way to close the album. So, unbelievable. Doesn't get any better than that. So, standout tracks for me is definitely Charged Particles, Trance Dance, CTA, Beneath the Mask, Alan Corday, and Got a Match. But this whole live album, from start to finish, is absolutely fantastic. And if you're a fan of Chick Corea, you're a fan of the Electric Band, just go and get this album. You won't be disappointed. I wouldn't say it's highly recommended. I'd just say go and get it. Just buy it. It's absolutely fantastic. And these guys together, it's just magic. And as I said, love this band so much. One of my all-time favorites. Has been for many years. I'm really pleased we finally got an Electric Band live album. So I'm really pleased about that. So there you have it. The Chick Corea Electric Band double live album. The Future Is Now. Fantastic. And for me, could very well be my album of 2023. It's that good. It's been a lot of great stuff, but this could very well be my album of the year. It's unbelievable. Go and get it. Brilliant stuff. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Chick Corea Electric Band, The Future Is Now? Is it Charged Particles, Trance Dance, CTA, Jocelyn the Commander, Beneath the Mask, Ished, Alan Corday, Johnny's Landing, or Got a Match? Which disc do you prefer, disc 1 or disc 2? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And as I mentioned earlier, special shout out to Asvel Mikel Ismail, Mark David, Carmelo Stella, George Lemie, and Eric Porter. This is dedicated to all of you fine gentlemen out there. Hope you like it. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.